Good morning, my name is Chelsea from Teaching in Pearls, and welcome to a week in my life as a music teacher. If you're new here, I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I teach kindergarten through 5th grade music, including many students who are English language learners, many students who have autism, and many students with multi-disabilities. So I'm actually near the end of my plan bell today. I've only had one class so far because each day I actually get 2 planning periods. One of them is to work on school-wide announcements, and one of them is actually to plan. Although honestly, the 4 days we've been in school, I've been using almost all that time either just on announcements because there's so much to do, or running around doing things for other teams, such as I'm putting together a yearbook style 2-page graphic thing with the students from all of our MD and autism units, their picture and their name, so that my specials team and the office have a copy of it, and also some of the teachers from those units have requested a copy of it, just in case there were any like emergency or elopers or anything. We have a picture of the kids so we know exactly who we're looking for. It also will help my team with memorizing their names quicker because we would love to know all their names as quick as possible. Some of them also are nonverbal, so they can't tell us their names. So this is just going to help with the transition of everything. So I've been working on that. I just got announcements done, and that's really all I've had time for. Today is my first day of school because we see 4 different groups of students. We have an A day, B day, C day, and D day. Today is D day, so I have not seen any of these classes yet, but starting tomorrow, all the classes that I'll see will be on their 2nd week of school. Let me show you what I'm teaching. For my older students, I am showing them my welcome back to school video, and then we are watching this quick little 3-minute musical notation review, and then I start passing out rhythm sticks. I have them clap along to this, and if they're doing a good job following it, which as long as they're following directions, I consider that being a good job, then I switch them out for rhythm sticks. We're playing this with rhythm sticks, this with rhythm sticks, this with rhythm sticks, this with rhythm sticks, and then this game with rhythm sticks, and that's about all we've had time for so far, because there's just a lot of housekeeping stuff to do. Starting tomorrow, I will be reviewing all this stuff. We'll probably play through almost all of these again. Starting tomorrow, we will review most of what we did today and then do this line and space review, this line and space game, this treble clef review, this little treble clef song that they love to get stuck in their head. Then I'll pull this up on the Clear Touch and reteach everything again with the treble clef. Then we will play 4 corners of note names, and if there's time, I have this music spelling bee thing as well. For my little kids, are listening to this song while they're sitting after I get them in their seats, and then I'm kind of just going over the plan for today, telling them, they need to follow directions and all that stuff. If they want to do egg shakers later, we're doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Then they're doing my welcome back video. Then while they're sitting, we're doing move to the beat. Then they stand up and do this body percussion song. Then we sit again. They do shaking my egg. Shake, shake, and wait. We stand up for shaky, shaky egg. We sit back down for shaker on my head, and we have not made it to anything else, but I also have shake a maraca. And then for next week, we will move into scarf dances. These are some of my absolute favorites. Here's Carnival. This one is really fun because it's just the images and the music. So they have to do completely creative movement on their own. And then at the end of class for the 2nd week of school, which starts tomorrow for some of them, I have a live recording of an orchestra playing Carnival. So while I'm collecting and putting scarves away, they can actually watch the type of instruments that we're playing in the song that they just danced to. One of my big things with teaching is that they never have downtime. There is never transition time. There's always something happening. If I'm taking attendance, they're watching a video at the same time. If I'm collecting materials, they're watching a video or doing an activity. They are never given time to just be, because that's when issues happen. That's when behavior problems arise. That's when I don't catch things happening because my eyes aren't on them. So I try to make sure there's never any transition time for any of my classes from K to 5 where they don't have an objective. They're either watching something, they're moving their body some way, or they know what they're preparing for. They're never just sitting there waiting for the next thing, especially because I only see them once a week and we have minimal time. So I also just have to be very smart about how I use my time. But for classroom management reasons, they never, ever, ever get free time, ever. Like literally ever. Even when they're lining up, I'm watching them, I'm talking to them. Even when they're entering the room, I'm watching them, I'm talking to them. Never free time. That would be maybe my number 1 piece of advice. If you're planning and you teach elementary specials specifically, no free time. Everything is planned. Every transition has an objective to it. And you can either keep your eyes on them or they're going to stay in their seats and focused on something such as watching a video. But it's time for me to get ready for 3rd grade. Wait, is it 3rd grade? Yes, 3rd grade.
Whatever you want.
Dance freestyle. Well, back home from work now. The day was fine in my room, but not fine throughout the building and not fine at dismissal. So I'm just very frustrated and tired mentally, not physically, just mentally. But my classes went great. So there was that. My classroom was awesome. It was everything else logistically that was not. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Feeling better today. Although it took me like 45 minutes on my drive home yesterday to decompress from work because the dismissal stuff is just always so frustrating at the beginning of the year. It's frustrating all year, but it's specifically frustrating at the beginning of the year because we're just still getting used to new procedures and stuff. I'm trying to look at what my schedule... Oh, this neck is like choking me. I'm trying to look at what my schedule is. Yesterday, during our staff meeting, while I was listening, I was also fixing my class list because between the first week of school and the second week of school, there are so many changes with enrollment, switching students' homerooms, all that stuff. So I had to make a lot of updates on my class list and make sure everybody's like little asterisks are correct. I have an asterisk for if they have an IEP 504, if they're diabetic, if they have epilepsy, asthma, allergy, or other medical condition, which would be like sickle cell, speech, foster care or homeless, or ELO. So every kid that has one of those needs has a little asterisk next to their name. Some have multiple asterisks. And I just want to make sure they're updated because some information, like we'll have a student year to year and then they become unhoused or they develop epilepsy or they develop asthma or they get an IEP or they get a 504. So I need to make sure it's all accurate. The only thing that doesn't change is ELO unless they're new enrollment. Either they are ELO or sometimes they graduate out of the program. Or test out of the program, I don't know what they call it. But anyways, I am just about to take a screenshot of my first 2 class lists and send them to myself so that I can have them on my iPad. I wasn't going to, let's see if my computer works today. It did not work yesterday. If it works, I will be sticking to the paper method for my class list. If it does not work, I will be using my iPad again this year. And it's not working. I need to put in a ticket because that's not good. So I am screenshotting my class list and then cropping them and airdropping them to myself so that I can put them on my iPad because I'm an iPad teacher, iPad baby teacher. Okay, what's the next class? Got one down. Now that I figured it out, hopefully it's a little easier. That class, screenshot, crop, and guess I can just copy it. I don't need to airdrop it. How do I copy it? Copy. Let's see. I don't know if that worked. Paste. Undo. I don't. Never mind. Yay. I had to upgrade the GoodNotes app I was using because it told me like my old one just was not going to work anymore or something. And then it kept crashing after they told me that. So now I'm using GoodNotes 6, I think. And I think I was using 4. Got my first 2 classes up here. So now I need to get my Canva pulled up with my activities for the day and get my rhythm sticks out because that's what I'm doing with these big kids. Week 1, 3 to 6. And they definitely did this. And I don't think with this first group, we did not get to any work last week because we were too busy talking about band and recording stuff for the announcements. So this will be the first time they get to this. Let me get these rhythm sticks out. And then that block that I have in the basket is for moi to keep the beat louder than everyone else. There's my mallet. Ta-da! This is what my seating charts look like. So I just made this on Canva with a bunch of circles, but it just mimics how the circles are laid out in my room. So I'm just going to put it in here with updated class list. Someone left a little hair bow yesterday, and I know it was during first grade. So I'm going to double check who I had yesterday for first grade and go drop it off to their classroom. I have this huge bucket of crowns that someone gave me, but they're not sorted at all. So I am sorting them into colors to make it easier to eventually sort them into bags that have all the colors. But this is the way that makes sense in my brain. I'm sorting them into their main colors first, and if they're broken like this, I'm putting them in this little bag. If they're substantially broken. Now this one, I'm gonna keep. I don't consider this substantially broken. What's the difference? I don't know. It just makes sense in my brain. Made it through the day, and my room became a mess after my last spell because I had first grade and then I had some kids from the autism unit push in. Also, my Diet Coke was seized by a student from the autism unit, sadly. I had only drank like 1 or 2 sips out of it, and then he ran to my desk before any of us could catch him and started drinking it. So RIP Diet Coke. So let's get this room together before I go out for dismissal. End of Tuesday, I made it through and my watch is going off, which means it's time for dismissal duty. Luckily tomorrow I'm coming into a clean classroom and every class went really well today. So happy with how things are going. Tiri tiri ta, ti ti ta. Happy Wednesday, it's the end of the day. I just wanted to show you guys my little outfit. It's so cute. It's this little romper I got from TikTok shop and it's so comfy. It's a tank top romper. But it was actually a very good and productive day. I spent my planning bell and stuff working on announcements and just didn't get any time to get my camera out all day, but so far so good. So I'll see you tomorrow. Yo, I cannot believe it's already Thursday. Did I finish my coffee? Oh man. I didn't realize I finished my coffee either. Happy Thursday. The day's been kind of weird. My 5th grade was normal, and then during 4th grade they had assembly for part of the way, and then I had them in here for part of the way, and now I'm on my plan bell. I've been working on getting together some stuff for the announcements because September, there's a lot of stuff. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. It's like Attendance Awareness Month. I've also got like SEL lessons every day, and then just the regular daily after school, lunch, birthdays, all that stuff. Been getting that together. Now I'm gonna work on my calendar because I want to put in the days of our staff meetings and also which days I'm talking about which country for Hispanic Heritage Month. So I have it all planned out. No school here, and then I think we have a like PD day at some point. PD day. And that's it, right? Okay, so now I can start with my countries. So working backwards. The kids loved this last year, so I'm really hoping that it's a big hit again. Made it through the day! We had that assembly, we had a fire drill, we had all types of crazy stuff, but it really was a pretty smooth day. So thank freaking goodness. And tomorrow's Friday, yeah! I'm gonna be tired tomorrow though because I have to sing at church tonight, so wish me luck. Happy Friday! It's actually the end of the day. It was super busy. Yesterday after school, I sang at church till 8:45, so I was like quite tired this morning, but still so excited to come to school that I wasn't tired. I'm running on adrenaline for sure. And this morning during my plan bell, we had our first 5th grade band rehearsal, and the band teacher had it set up where there were instruments in like 5 different areas of my room. There was a clarinet, a flute, a saxophone, a trumpet, and a trombone. And then the kids were like self-directed to go to whatever instruments they wanted to try, which ended up being pretty much all of them, and see if they could make a sound on them. He kind of introduced the first kid how to hold it, how to make a sound, and then they were kind of teaching the next kids, although me and him were also bobbing around helping. I mostly stayed by the trumpet because that's my main instrument, and it's like a really kind of tricky one to figure out how to play because you have to be like basically. But it went super well, and some of the kids were actually able to make sound on one, if not multiple instruments. So that was really fun. Then I taught 4th grade. We did rhythm sticks. Then I had my announcements bell, which I have not caught up on announcements for Tuesday, but I'll just work on it at home this weekend because instead I met with my principal and we went over the plan for the fall costume parade and the holiday concerts. I'm going back to what I used to do years ago, which is having 2 holiday concerts, one for pre-K 2, one for 3 to 5. We switched it to just pre-K to 3 a couple years ago because our 6th graders used to be really hard to work with, and the 6th grade teachers also didn't really enjoy being involved in it, so it just overall made it a little bit more challenging. But now that we don't have 6th grade, our oldest kids are 5th graders, and they're very, very immature, which is great because they still love singing. They don't really have a lot of behavior issues, and they would like to be part of the concert. So now we're going to have a pre-K to 2 concert and a 3 to 5 concert, which is twice the work for me, but it's super fun and the kids love it, so I'm happy to do it. So we kind of just went over details for all that stuff. And then I taught 3rd grade, and then I taught 2nd grade, and then I had lunch, and then I taught 1st grade, and I taught kindergarten, and in K1-2 we did scarves and we did egg shakers. And now it's time to go hang out with my coworkers and then go home and go to bed because tomorrow I have Pilates and I'm getting my first ever whole body lymphatic drainage massage. I'm really excited to see about that. Then Sunday I'm singing at church. Monday we're off school for Labor Day. And I'm have Pilates and I'm getting my nails done. It's gonna be a great weekend. I cannot wait. If you watched this whole video, I super appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can see more teacher content, and I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are.